Welcome back to All Auto. From banking on previously fast models to sell a new and slower version to creating a rather weak sports car from the ground up with only brand image to convey a sense of speed, here are 15 flashy cars that look fast but really aren't. Make sure to watch the whole video because some of these cars look exactly like supercars but perform like 1998 Mazdas. 15. Mustang II King Cobra. Riding the legacy of the previous legendary Mustang King Cobra, Ford decided to dress up the rather unfortunate Mustang II in a full set of extra flashy and extremely 70s graphics meant to convey speed and power. However, the graphics are where any notion of power ends, as the Mustang II King Cobra produced a wimpy 139 horsepower. 14. Chevrolet Corvette from 1975 to 1982. The gas crisis and the chain of dominoes that toppled can be squarely blamed for the death of most muscle cars and the softening down of any that managed to survive. One such victim was the Corvette, with the 1975 model year introducing exciting new developments such as removing any powerful engine options in favor of a 165 horsepower choke-down V8. 13. Pontiac Firebird Trans Am from 1975 to 1988. The Mustang King Cobra 2 took a rather obvious inspiration for its over-the-top graphics, the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am with its black and gold graphics made famous by Smokey and the Bandit. Just like the King Cobra 2, any notion of real power lived on exclusively in the outwards appearance, as starting in 1975 it was limited to 200 horsepower in its top trim. 12. Chevrolet Camaro Z28 from 1977 to 1988. Being the popular brother to the Firebird Trans Am, the Camaro Z28 suffered a tragically similar fate. With the Z28 package disappearing with the gas crisis, it was resurrected in 1977, but in name and flashy appearances only. While the previous Z28s were special order beasts with massive power, this new Z28 received a mere 170 horsepower. 11. Plymouth Prowler. Enlisting the work of hot rodder Chip Foose, Plymouth set out to create a modern tribute to old-school hot rods in the form of the Prowler. While the outwards appearance is polarizing, it's undeniably wild, flashy, and unlike anything else on the road. Unfortunately, it lacked the one feature of hot rods people really want, which is power, as the V6 it came with cranked out a disappointing 214 horsepower, later improved to a still meh 253 horsepower. 10. Alfa Romeo Spider. A great choice for an affordable classic Italian sports car, the Alfa Romeo Spider is a beautiful little car. However, it's best to know what you're getting into, as these cars are about handling and cruising in style. Despite the sporty looks and long production life, the classic Spider never received more than 130 horsepower from the factory. 9. DeLorean DMC-12. The most unrealistic part of Back to the Future may just be that a DeLorean was able to hit 88 miles per hour in the span of a parking lot. Despite the awesome retro-futuristic looks and flashy gull-wing doors, the DeLorean DMC-12 was a heavy beast thanks to its steel body, and could hardly overcome that weight with this dinky 130 horsepower V6. 8. Ferrari Mondial T. A red Ferrari sports coupe is the definition of exotic coolness and is a dream of most car enthusiasts to own. However, if it's the Mondial T you're dreaming of, it's best to give up on those dreams, as this is a sporty Ferrari with only looks. With a 214 horsepower V8 and a shockingly heavy weight, the Mondial T does 0 to 60 miles per hour in 9.5 seconds, easily beatable with the used Toyota Corolla. The Ferrari Mondial Type F108 is a mid-engine V8 Grand Tourer manufactured and marketed by Ferrari between 1980 and 1993, with styling by Pininfarina and bodywork by Carazia Scaletti. Offered as either a 2+2 coupe or cabriolet, the Mondial is a slightly higher roofline, greater dimension, and increased weight to accommodate occasional rear seating for children or small adults. The Mondial replaced the Ferrari 308 or 208 GT4 coupe and remains the last V8 rear mid-engine 2+2 Ferrari. 7. Lamborghini Urraco. Designed by Marcello Gondini, the same designer who penned the revolutionary Miura, the Urraco is meant to be a more practical Lamborghini with 4 seats. While it is a gorgeous car, don't expect it to be a brutal performer like other Lambos, as the Urraco makes a mere 220 horsepower. 6. Porsche 914. Tell someone that you bought a vintage Porsche sports car and they'll probably will assume that you mean a classic 911 Carrera or even a 928. Both of those cars will be far more preferable, as the 914 was meant to be an affordable stripped-down Porsche. In theory, that sounds like an awesome performing car, but in reality it made a pathetic 79 horsepower from its VW Source Flat 4. Manufactured between 1969 and 1976, the VW-Porsche 914 was a joint venture between Porsche and Volkswagen to design, manufacture, and market a mid-engine sports car. In 1970, the Porsche 914 became the Porsche's entry-level vehicle. In the mid-1960s, Porsche was looking to add a new vehicle to its lineup beneath the 911. However, being the small company that it was, it did not have the resources to go about funding the development of a new vehicle itself. Porsche, the company, started decades earlier as a contract automotive designer, so reaching out to companies was nothing new. 5. Mercedes-Benz SLK 200. The appeal of the SLK class is easy to see. The guys at Mercedes-Benz are masters of blending luxury and performance, so their efforts in the sports car must be excellent. While for most SLK models that's true, if you happen to buy an SLK 200, prepare for disappointment. Even the modern iterations don't get more than 190 horsepower and do the 0 to 60 sprint in 7.9 seconds. The Mercedes-Benz SLK class is a compact luxury roadster produced by Mercedes-Benz. It was released in 1996 and has since been built at the Mercedes plant in Bremen, Germany. The former name SLK was derived from Sportlich or Sporty, Leach, Light, and Kurz, which is short. With the release of the facelift R172 in 2016, the SLK class was renamed to SLC class in accordance with the revised nomenclature adopted by Mercedes. Under the scheme, roadsters use the base name SL followed by the model's placement in Mercedes-Benz hierarchy, the letter C, being the roadster equivalent to the C class. This is kind of confusing, but Mercedes-Benz will get it. 4. BMW Z3. Known as the clown shoe in hardtop form, the BMW Z3 is somewhat of a cult classic. It's not hard to see why. With its strange but cool looks, it screams out German performance. Unfortunately, except for the M version, the Z3 just doesn't match those looks with actual performance, pumping out a mere 115 horsepower in base spec, and a still disappointing 230 horsepower from the top trim. Development on the Roadster began in 1991 and was held by Burkhard Goscher. The exterior was designed by Joji Namashima, being completed in mid-1992 at 39 months before production, and the design was frozen in 1993. Design patents were filed on April 2, 1994 in Germany and on September 27, 1994 in the US. The Z3 was introduced by a video press release by BMW North America on June 12, 1995. Production began on September 20, 1995. This was kinda late, but still this car flopped. 3. Toyota Celica, 1996 to 2006. The Toyota Celica was a long-running sports car that spawned the legendary Supra. Even if it was never meant to be brutally fast, they offered great handling to carry speed through corners. Unfortunately, the final generation did away with both power and handling, converting the platform to FWD into giving it a reliable but weak 140 horsepower inline 4. Produced across 7 generations, the Celica was powered by various 4-cylinder engines, and body styles included convertibles and liftback or notchback coupes. The first 3 generations of North American market Celicas were powered by variants of Toyota R series engine. In August 1985, the car's drive layout was changed from rear-wheel drive to front-wheel drive, and all-wheel drive turbocharged models were offered from 1986 to 1999. Variable valve timing came in certain Japanese models starting from December 1997 and became standard in all models from the 2000 model year. Celica variants were spun off as separate models, notably the Celica Supra, later Toyota Supra. 2. Mitsubishi Eclipse, from 2000 to 2012. Suffering a similar fate to the Celica, the Mitsubishi Eclipse started off life as this fast little sports car that could be tuned to perfection. Similar to the Celica, the final 2 generations converted the platform to a sluggish FWD layout and did away with the big power for 147 HP inline 4. Even worse, Mitsubishi recently resurrected the Eclipse name as a crossover SUV. 1. Mazda AutoZam AZ1. From certain angles, the Mazda AutoZam AZ1 looks like a wicked Japanese supercar. Look at it again though, and you'll notice how suspiciously small it is. That's because this is the K car, a class of Japanese microcars meant for tightly packed cities and limited by Japanese law to a maximum power output of 64 horsepower. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos of cars and celebrities and much more. Check out the Cars and Celebrities playlist and the video link down in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.